Hello, again.
Apparently people care about vans.
They do. It's not just vans, it's an Italian van.
Right, so I pedigree. Anyway, so what's happened is Daniel has had this thought that he's going to be practical. What we
It's
call
a
it?
point, it's a point, but practical, but it still needs to be interesting.
So the blue van got bought, and now
The blue van, it's already upgraded the blue van.
so we'll go have a look at it in a minute. But
Coilovers.
coilovers, 'cause that's what every van needs.
Because every van needs to handle.
Are you ready, folks? Wheels,
Folk are going to like this.
very, very wheel.
Yeah, so it's got 500 bar wheels on there, but the problem is, look at it, it's a monster truck. Look
It's 'cause it's a van.
I know, but look at it.
Right. So this now needs to be lower for reasons.
Because it's nice. It looks good, doesn't it? It looks good.
It's fully impractical when it's low.
The plan is that we're going to. You can see there is rusty wings and stuff, right? That's all going to get addressed. We've got wings. What else we got to do?
Sill.
Well, a bit of a sill and some paint
And coilovers.
and some
apparently.
coilovers and an OMP suede wheel that I may have bought.
Oh, for fuck.
And a set of Abarth seats that I may have found.
You've not bought the seats as
I
well.
may
have
have
you?
found a set of seats.
Ah, dear.
Yeah, we're going to stop short of putting a 500 Abarth engine in it for now.
For now.
For now, it needs to remain a diesel for the moment.
And while all of this is going on, you will see queue of projects not getting round to. But van.
But van. Tommy hates Fiat.
Not many folk love Fiats.
I love Fiats. What's wrong with it? To be fair, how easy has it been to work on?
Yeah.
Cannot deny
But
how easy it's been to work
Would any other van need that work?
on. Yes.
Oh, fucking hell. Anyway, we've done an amount of
The
work
other
that...
solution is Transit Connect.
Yeah.
I mean, really,
Nah, you wouldn't.
it's
But like we've done a number of work, which I'm not going to lie, has been so uninteresting that I've not filmed
didn't
any of
even
it.
want to film
I've
it.
outright refused to film it.
we've done.
Nobody
the
needs to
usual.
know how to weld on a flexi in an old van. Nobody needs to know how to do a tie rod in an old van.
No.
Nobody needs to know how to do... What else have we done?
Suspension arms.
Suspension arms.
The good old classic when you buy a new car, disc and pads.
discs and pads. This is literally the Bangernomics chat all over again. No, it's not good content.
Except who's actually spent quite a lot of money on this. We have actually. Vans are not cheap.
No.
Vans are not cheap.
No. Well, they are. Well, you don't have to buy lots of things for them. But you don't need to buy lots of things because it's a Fiat. Yeah, lots of things have been bought.
The problem is though, is if you buy a van that's like a few years old, that's in like got really low miles, it's really expensive.
Yes.
Like they're in vans.
So
are just,
so that didn't happen.
So that didn't happen. So we bought one that's got higher mileage and needed stuff.
Things. Mamma mia! This is coilovers on a van. You asked, nobody answered. Apparently, this is getting filmed.
This is content that you need. These are kind of based on Grande Punto platform, which also, as part of the whole when GM kind of owned Alfa Romeo for a while and all this kind of part sharing stuff went on, is also the same setup as Corsa D.
Right.
So Corsa D also has basically the same struts.
Is it also a Renault something?
Essentially, if you imagine coilovers on this rear beam, right? So the problem you've got is you drop this rear beam like 3 inches. Your shock here is going to be basically on the bump stop. You're going to be out of shock travel. The shock's too long.
We did skip by the bit where I was like, it's a Renault something, because you're trying to make this out to be a good van, and then it's like, it's a Renault what?
No, it shares these. It's actually a coincidence, right? So
Okay.
basically, the Corsa shocks go into the back with a top mount,
Right.
Because obviously, imagine in the car, there's like a little strut tower at the top.
Yeah.
They bolt in, but the van obviously they don't do that because they don't want to take up space inside
which
the van,
which
so they
is
just bolt
sensible.
them on the side, which is the same as what Peugeot done
Right,
with 206.
right.
So if you put 206 or 206cc rear shocks, they're actually the same design. They've got bolts through the bottom, just a normal standard bush, and a kind of top eye like this.
Right.
but they're much shorter.
So we'll put 206 things in and some form of coilover cup nonsense adjustable height spring.
Yes,
Right.
so that's the idea, and plus it'll stop. The idea of the shorter shock as well is it stops your spring falling out.
So here is the Öhlins. No.
This is just Euro car parts.
Euro
special.
car
So
parts.
again, because it's a Corsa, and Corsas are like so popular, that's just a set of John coilovers from Euro car parts.
For a Corsa, which should fit this.
Believe it or not, Euro car parts were actually the cheapest place that you could get these.
Gewinde Fahrwerk.
Yeah. Yes, they are cheap coilovers, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I've ran these on E36, and
I mean,
the car drove fine.
I'll stop you right there. Yes, they're cheap coilovers, but it's also a fucking van, so it'll be fine. Do you know why they're good, or at least acceptable? Because they're not fucking Max Peding Shanners.
Come da porca picchita va bene, se tu la parla miezza americano, quando si fa l'amore sotto la luna, come da bene in capo di I love you.
About these plug and play coilovers,
No, we never said it was plug and play at any point.
did we not?
These are obviously held in with a bolt so that you don't just lose your springs and stuff. But the problem is
On a Corsa, that's fine.
it's obviously a tiny, like it's literally like it must be a 10mm hole in the bottom of the beam. Whereas
Yeah.
with this, we've got like that sized hole in the
So
beam.
there's been some slight MX-5 donor action.
Yeah.
But that's the cups now in.
Yes.
We've now also had to make some modifications to where the top spring goes by
Yeah.
halving it.
We obviously need quite a bit less. Obviously, the spring perch adds some to it, but
Yeah, it's quite a drop.
that cup was literally about half the length of the spring, which is
So it's the full length of that, really. Yeah.
You're a full length.
Another thing we were discussing earlier on, Brian, right, is I'm going to now film this from Daniel Cam.
No, I just in a car. It's difficult to like
Yeah, just there we
to
go.
film
Crotch
in a
cam.
car. Like how do you hold it? You hold the camera in the car like this? Like
Yeah, I do. So just to clarify, anytime I film in a car, the camera's there, but no. Daniel, can you film the car? Aye, cool, mate. I'm just gonna go bang. Right in my car. Hey there,
might
you
wanna
with
put
the
the other one-
spring perch. Wind it up.
you wind something.
Yeah.
You just wind me up. That's what you do.
That's because you get wound up with ease. It is the easiest job I'll have in here. Winding up. Daniel.
Tommy's in a bad mood today. He's very miserable.
I feel like I'm piloting a steam train here. Just to take a step back, by the way. This is front.
But right, if you imagine though, it looks. I think it's because the height we're at. It looks really low and the beam looks really level. But then if you pop this on,
Just pop a wheel in. And compare it to what a normal car would be, you've still
it's
got
actually still massively
several inches of clearance still to go.
still point.
Which just goes to show, like, these are high riding vans now. like.
Yeah,
Still got
really.
to put shocks on, and the shocks will pull it up even further.
Right, next, so fronts time. Also, good thing that I've turned off fucking ad revenue.
Sausages.
Ehi compare, ci può suonare, chi si suona un friscaletto, e come si suona un friscaletto e tippiti ta. Ehi compare, ci può suonare, chi si suona un saxofona, e come si suona un saxofona, tu un saxofona.
Now is the hour of diesel interference. That time of the year where Craig has to go and make sure his battery's charged.
Oh, that's clever. Ding 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 ding.
Dugga, 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 dugga. So, what's left? Just put the cow. Step one when doing coilovers, remove your window wipers. So yeah, great. So once they go back on, it's time to go and see how hard you've ruined your van.
I actually think it's going to ride better.
They
than
probably
what it did with those.
They were pretty industrial coils,
Oh,
weren't
man. They were so. It was so crashy for being that high. I don't. It was. How did they make it that high and that? stiff.
Commercial coilovers.
Commercial coil.
Morning. It is the next day. Oh, bribery gets you everywhere. Holy shit.
Actually, I'm going to check these on date because I know.
I wouldn't care. I actually couldn't give a shit. Well, I'll have yours. Anyway, what we're going to do now, seeing as how we actually ran out of daylight the last time, is get a wee inspection. Let's see just how good the wee... I tell you what though, they've settled Bob on, haven't they?
They have. It's not 100% perfect.
No.
There is. Yeah.
I mean,
will be revealed today.
yeah, I mean, I can see front maybe slightly too tall, back maybe slightly not so.
It's not so much the height thing that's the issue.
Right.
So the front ride's amazing.
Okay.
Like front ride's really, really good. Back, way too bouncy. I think even though we've chopped the bump stops, I think we're still like, as we'll probably have a look before we put it on the ramp, it's probably on the bump stops just now.
So basically, bump stops need to be removed.
Because it's hilarious. Like, well, even if we probably need to just half that thing again.
Right.
The plastic bit where it rests on, but the 206 rear shocks are too short because you're actually having to jack the beam up
To get the shock in to
get the
begin
shock in.
being a
So
shock.
you've got so much tension in there already.
Yeah.
And it means when you go over things like your motorway humps on
Aye, it's
motorway
just
bridges
going
and stuff,
bad.
you're
Yeah.
literally like basically running out of down travel. What we could do is make them so they're the kind of length we're after and weld the old ends back on.
So this is the original shock absorber. We had a look at the Corsa one that came with the coilovers and it's way too long, as in the shock body's about this length, so we'll have no travel on it. So what we're going to try and do is see if we can modify the original Peugeot one to work with the coilovers.
Right, hold the phone right there about the original Fiat one, fucking Peugeot one.
Did they sell this van as a Peugeot?
It did not have a Peugeot engine, or this has got a Fiat engine, so it's a Fiat. This is made by Fiat.
You're a Fiat. So this cup's useless, so what we're going to need to do is break these big wells here that hold the eyelet onto the body of the shock absorber and then remove an amount. What we're not going to do is take comments and criticism in the text box below saying, oh, you shouldn't modify your bit. They're welded from factory, we're going to put as good a weld on that on the new bit. Shut up.
This is to prove the theory. We're not going to stay like this.
No.
We're going to get shocks.
We're gonna get Peugeot ones at work. I can't even get the fucking camera under the van. All of it. We are all of it bump stop.
You can see the situation.
Yes.
The issue is with these super short shocks, which we were assured were plug and play.
Well, to what though? Plug and play to what?
I don't
Insured
know.
by who?
If you want your car to bounce all over the road, they're plug and play.
Yeah, they're pretty. So that's quite an amount of spring compression.
Yeah,
Along
situation
with-
is, if you imagine, look,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's compressed.
yeah, I mean, it got to the point, to get these on, we were actually jacking the beam, with this transmission jack, and it was getting to the point of, as you say, oh no, the car might fall off the ramp because we're having to compress these so much.
And these are fully extended. So
These are fully extended. So the thing is we know that we've probably got, in terms of down travel, we'll probably get at least another inch before these are even close to being loose.
yes.
So that's our aim.
Okay.
We're going to get that inch of down travel back, and then
And also get some bump stop out.
yes, we're going to. This is the issue. I mean, remember, this is off the ground,
Yes.
and we're almost. We
probably
really should have noticed that, to be honest, but it was getting away.
And I'm unwinding your shock bolts.
That.
Just taking them right out. Oh, and you're not spicking, but you're loving it.
I'm not, because it's horrendous chat.
And you're not aligning it. And it's just not lining up. And you're just sitting there.
Yeah, and that's still
with your big breeze suit, and you're not aligning.
enough.
So we've measured our bolt hole from here down to there with just enough tension on the spring to stop it spinning. It's 385mm.
This is plug and play. This will do the job.
Right.
360 on a good day.
Right, so that is 25 centimetres of...
No.
25mm, sorry, of pure compression before that even starts to actuate. Nice.
Wait a minute.
Have they died already?
This one's just came off the van. So we fitted these in basically the way that makes the shock run straight.
Right.
Because they're different widths, top and bottom. So if you were to put it in the other way around, the shock will sit quite kind of skew with, which we were kind of worried that might actually damage the bushings, but might have figured out our bouncy rear end issue. So
Okay.
I've just taken this one straight off in the position it was in, put it on the ground, and there's nothing. So
We've done that a number of times now.
yeah, it's not gonna. So my theory is that on the 206, we think from what we've seen is it looks like they go the other way. They go
Yeah.
up, they go the other way around on the 206. So
So
the
flip it
damping oil will do nothing.
round.
So if I flip this round, give it a few runs, you can hear it. It's starting to suit. There you go. It's starting to come out. There it goes.
We cannot invert shocks on a 206.
There it goes. So, I mean, these are too short anyway, but
That's not helped.
no, that's been why it's been bouncing up down the road. Obviously, it's because
There's been no shock absorbers.
Hey mambo, mambo Italiano, hey hey mambo, mambo Italiano, go go go. You mixed up a Siciliano, all you Calabrese do the mambo like a crazy with a hey mambo. Don't wanna tarantella, hey hey mambo.
One prepared bush.
what pile?
One chopped down shock absorber.
Well, not still a wee bit short.
Yes, so what we need to do is take a centre hole from there to centre hole to that guy length and make sure that we're chopping off just enough of the shaft. 385. So we need to go to 385 there, where the centre line of this hole will be, about there, which means we need to chop just here. Right, I don't have enough hands to film this, so
are we just going to stay here?
I'm all out of hands, motherfucker. That seems a bit more level.
A lot better, yeah.
Certainly.
Custom race spec van shocks are on.
Commercial coilovers.
These are still under tension.
Yeah.
Not a huge amount. It's to the point that they're tight and they're not going to rattle about. But not before, where it was like we were actually having to physically wind against the springs like what, at least 10 mil, wasn't it?
It was frightening. So obviously we've disrupted all the suspension in the front. We've actually done that more before the coilovers, but what we now need to do is alignment, which means you need to use the tools and track, patent pending alignment equipment.
DIY alignment.
So how this works is, you get, well, I think I've done this before the Impreza, so you get that and that with equal notches on it, get the knicker elastic up the side, measure into the hubs, make sure it's all balanced, and what I've done there, just to make life somewhat easier, is along the lines of the knicker elastic with it balanced, I have put that, and that has allowed us to then measure into the wheels and sort the tracking.
And as long as you don't kick them.
Well, yes, we have been very delicate, and that included this being rooted nice and gently under there to burn off the nuts. So measure the back face to there, which is 220, 222, and the front face is
224.
alright, so we are, what, 2mm toe out? Might allow that depending on what the other side's doing.
Yeah, well, if I go back up.
Okay, there we go. One lowered, aligned, sorted work van with nice wheels for reasons.
Yes. And we've drove it, and the rear suspension mods have like totally believe it or not, dampers make a big difference.
Yeah, apparently your car should have shock absorbers.
Having shock absorbers makes a huge difference.
There will be things this will be used for, and it will reappear in various tools and track episodes, but there you go. Better than a Caddy, half the price, just as cool.
That's going to cause so many aggressive comments. Like, no, it's not. My Caddy is like way better than this.
And I couldn't give a flying fuck. Anyway, like, bell, subscribe, do the thing, patreon.com/toolsandtrack, and we will catch you next week. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Did anyone else notice on the Triumph going away video that Daniel's, or the Supra ones, whenever Daniel's in the passenger seat, Daniel, can you film this for me? Aye, cool.
Well, it's like, how do you just hold it like this inside the car? I mean,
Hold the camera up, like, because it's a camera. You could, I mean, like, you'd actually have elbow in the window, hand. There you go.
It's not very comfortable.
Well, that sounds like a Daniel problem.
I know, but still.
Anyway.
I think that camera, I think it was perfectly acceptable camera.